Good morning, everybody. This is Michael DeGioia with the Affinity Legends of Wall Street Trading Room. I'm going to start off today, as I should every day, with a little bit of analysis on the actual market first. I forgot to do that yesterday because I started warning everybody about how Mondays can be traumatic at times. And sure enough, it was a day that blindsided me. I always say, my father was a New York City policeman. And my father used to say that it's the one day you don't go out with your bulletproof vest on is the day that you're going to get shot. It's just you can't go out and let your guard down ever. The one day that I don't go through and do the analysis on the Qs is the day that we gap down and we don't rally until the very, very end of day. And that's exactly what happened yesterday. Market sold off all the way down to key support, which was the area from which it gapped up to. And I missed a beautiful 5-minute low break on the Qs. I mean, that was a screaming play for my style of trading. And I'm just going to show you what that looks like because it's a great educational lesson. So sometimes your head can be so in the clouds. So here's the 5-minute low break. And the Qs went move, secondary move, secondary pause, measured move down, and then no further move down. We rally back up to the pause area, okay? And then now today we're gapping back down to support. So for me, I'm going to be watching for a long. Now there may be a washout down before we go back up. Why would there be a washout down? Can anybody tell me? Because the actual support is around 112. So because we're not gapping down to 112, we're gapping down to 113.02. We can rip down, wash out, maybe even go below 113 into that gap area, which would be a screaming buy. Now, the stocks that I like to watch are like Facebook. Okay, so Facebook is a descending wedge getting near the rising 10-period moving average, near the resistance from the prior move up. That usually is a buy setup right there. Okay, other stocks that are gapping, CSIQ. So that's a big gap. No. This is CSIQ. CSIQ is all the way up to $24.83, so it's gapping above all 15-minute resistance. Gapping way up there to 24.77. My only concern with CSIQ is that that sets up for a check mark, fade first, rip later. So that would be like the check mark play. So I would watch if it doesn't go up immediately, that it's possibility that this could have a check mark play. Now, guys, what is there on CSIQ that encourages me to possibly even buy this pre-market if I have the risk tolerance to hold it? Guys, if I buy it at $24.75, it could fade down to $24. Meaning, but it could also rip straight up to 26 or 27. So I have to know that that's possible. Now, why would it be worth it? It's got clear air for sure. Okay, if it breaks through the resistance level. But what's the other reason why? It's got shock. Yesterday was a down day. Everybody who shorted this or sold it yesterday is now what? Pissed off. Right? Because it gapped down, sold off, and then now rallied up. Okay, so that's shock value. All right, let's go through some other earnings plays. Okay, let's do some other earnings plays. Before the open, we have a lot of stocks. Let's see. ZBRA, which is one that we used to trade a bit. There's really nothing huge after, before the open today. I'm going to take a look at DR Horton. DHI is one that we've traded a little bit, or I've traded anyway. DHI. That's a gap up. So guys, let's look at DHI. Right, so DHI is shock value. CSIQ has shock value. So let's go gapping up. I like CSIQ. CSIQ, by the way, is a 5-star gap. 5-star gap. I'm going to say check mark or gap and go. Okay. You can buy pre-market. Okay. But you got to buy that one small. Okay, that's CSIQ. The other one is DHI. Let's go back and take a look at DHI. So there's DHI, guys. Yesterday was down. Today, DHI is gapping all the way up to here. Now, it may fade a little bit and then go up, or it may just go up. Because everybody who sold out yesterday squeezed. So DHI. See a lot of shock, though, for the stocks that are gapping up because the market itself was down. DHI, shock. Okay. Gap and go. Or check mark. All right, so who else do we got? We got DHI. Let's take a look at some shorts. Okay, well, obviously the market itself is gapping down. QQQ and SPY. Okay. Look for a washout. Okay. On the QQQ, it's 112. Dip. Drip, I wrote. In reality, it's dip and stop run. And then rip. That's what I would look for on the QQQ. So on the QQQ, I'm thinking that, we closed, we were down yesterday, right? Then we rallied. Now we're dipping down to here. We may go like this, dip, and then possibly start to fill and fade the gap. So that would be what I'm looking for on the Qs, okay? And I'm also going to continue to watch JCP. JCPenney had a really interesting, JCPenney had a really strong bottoming tail bar. It wasn't a great buy yesterday, okay, but last time it put in a strong bottoming tail bar right there, JCPenney made a huge recovery, okay? So huge recovery there on JCPenney. Big, strong bottoming wick, climactic volume. So I continue to reiterate JCP. Okay, nice daily. Okay, might be a swing trade. Yep, ISIS. ISIS had a huge huge run yesterday. It was probably the best play that I missed yesterday. ISIS had a huge, 5-minute high break and rallied up. I don't know really how to play ISIS. Usually, this is usually a possible sell day. So I call that a gap down, a bear gap surprise. Actually, I do know how to play it. I just don't really, I've not done well on those particularly. Or I have not played them, even though I've seen them to work. It's the bear gap surprise. So let me tell you what's supposed to happen on ISIS. And if you want to trade it, you trade it at your own risk. I don't have a huge statistic set. Usually on a gap down after a big, huge green stick, everybody who's gone long late in the day and during the prior day gets squeezed. So this stock should actually end up at around either 58 or 54 by the end of the day. Okay, so either 58, 59, 50% retracement of the prior day, or if it's really bearish, down to 54. Now, there is the chance that it could break out above 63 or 64, in which case, then it's going to run up to 67. But most likely, this stock is in need of a pause. It will do a 50% retracement, which means big green bar, small red bar, 1, 2, 3 continuation if it's going to go up, and then it's very high odds for a red bar before another move, or a red bar to cause the start of a rejection. Another one that's a big watcher today is VRX. Now, guys, trade this one with your own risk, but if it breaks 85, which it's at 85.52 was the last trade, this can run up to 100. So VRX is a day trade to 100. VRX, day trade to 100. Okay? So it's at 85, broke 85. Okay? Okay, and then it could go, obviously, it could go to 91st. Then even to 100, right? Because there was some news yesterday. Ackman came out saying it's not that bad, blah, 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 whatever. So there's a very good chance that the shorts are leaving VRX, jumping on that MNK. I'm going to put in the very big letters, be careful. Okay? I lost like 400 wide range. I actually made back like 200 on the MNK wide range stock. All right, guys, Facebook. I think this is a beautiful setup for a stock when it does that pullback to the area from which it gapped up. It's probably going to have one more washout day, but then it can start to rip. You watch this on the 15-minute chart. Okay, guys, the market just opened. So let's watch for that dip and rip. Let's watch CSIQ. CSIQ is already fading pre-market. I did not take it. I did not take it pre-market. Let's see, GPS. Gap was a big gap down. Guys, watch gap for if it breaks support, or it could fade. Gap. GPS. Fade or gap and go. Dr. J's market neutral, doing fine. Guys, CSIQ starting to show signs of going. CSIQ. CSIQ, guys, starting to show signs of going. RAX, R-A-X. That was one of the ones that had earnings. It gapped way up. Okay, RAX might be a gap fade. Okay, it's let me put on the 5-minute chart here on RAX. VRX. Watch VRX for a pullback. Okay, before it starts to rip. CSIQ not going yet. Just hold off unless you took it pre-market, in which case you know what your risk is. RAX, R-A-X is RAX. It's so funny. Everybody's gun shy today. RAX looks like a fade. Let's see the Qs. What are the Qs doing? Guys, Qs dipped down to 112.90. Okay, guys, they're doing the dip, right? Now, let's see. We have not broken any. We made about 3 bars up. We have no indication yet. Let's see. CSIQ is doing the fade. If you did not get into CSIQ, you're fine. This is still, it's dipping down to the $24 level. Qs, guys, watch the Qs. Let's just watch them. They're staying within their 5-minute range. CSIQ was a good fade if you were to play the check mark. Watch RAX. I haven't done one thing yet. So RAX, guys, RAX showing some signs. VRX showing some signs of getting ready to go. VRX. Guys, VRX, little 5-minute buy setup. Be very careful on that one as it's kind of a wide range stock. Q's possibly giving a signal to the long side. Okay, CSIQ is washing out. This might be a possible buy setup area. RAX. Guys, RAX also giving a 3-minute buy setup, 1-minute buy setup right there, RAX. Possible 1, 2, 3 continuation on RAX. RAX space can run to $31. Let's see, CSIQ. The Qs did not make any buy setup, so Qs are still washing out. So we're still kind of bearish. Facebook. Guys, Facebook in the bear zone, right? Getting down to the 105. Doing exactly what we expected it to do. CSIQ, big fade. Okay, possible buy area. Let's see if CSIQ puts in a 5-minute buy setup for the check mark. Qs, guys, rebounding. Let's see what Facebook's doing. Okay, CSIQ rebounding. Guys, CSIQ might cross back above the 24, which would be a trigger. I'm going to nibble a little bit on CSIQ. I've nibbled a little bit on CSIQ, so I took a marker lot. Let's see, VRX. VRX all over the map as usual. Guys, CSIQ starting to go. Let's take a look at RAX. RAX looking good, guys. Watch for the pullback for the next leg on RAX. I'm gonna buy a little more RAX. I like the way it's shaping up. I'm bidding for it though, so I might not get filled on it. The VRX is looking better too. CSIQ not. Let's watch if it puts in a double bottom and if it washes out. VRX is a cancel. Just I would shit can that thing if it $84 is the below 84 is the stop. That stock is insane. CSIQ okay. It might just need a double bottom. RAX is looking better. RAX looks like the top candidate here. Looking at CSIQ anymore. I'm sorry, not looking at the VRX anymore. RAX, guys, working good. I'm going to get ready to sell some RAX at the 29.80 area. CSIQ. I'm actually going to add on CSIQ if it gets above 23.80. RAX ripping. Okay, I'm going to start selling some RAX. Just sold some. Sold more. Sold more. Sold more. Running this back part. Great job, Dr. J. RAX beast. RAX just running, guys. I'm selling out some more because it just pulled back. Okay, I'm holding on to my last little bit of shares because I have no idea how far it's going to go. Okay, guys, now the last one I got is CSIQ. Okay, CSIQ, I want to wait for that to trigger. I think CSIQ might do what RAX just did. Okay, CSIQ, guys, is going to probably do the same thing as RAX. We're just not ready yet because it gapped up a little bit differently than RAX did. Guys, RAX might go for another run. Be ready to take another lot of shares. If RAX pulls back, if VRX makes a higher low, I might actually go back in on this. Actually, I'm going to probably go in on this. If I couldn't get it, though. I missed it. CSI, actually, oh, I got it. Okay, CSIQ. I just got 50 shares of VRX. CSIQ is basically invalid, but it still may go. It's just that it's getting into the earnings reversal territory. RAX is good for another run, potentially. Okay, I'm buying some more RAX. Okay, I'm selling some more RAX. Waiting for my offer to get taken. Okay, I sold some more. Sold some more. Okay, RAX, huge winner for me today. CSIQ, guys, I'm going to buy some. Okay, I'm buying more CSIQ. VRX, my little ad on ad on VRX is working. RAX is going to, guys, let's see if VRX crosses the VWAP. It touched VWAP and then got rejected. CSIQ just triggered on the 3-minute. Great job, Marty. CSIQ and RAX. Great job. I know CSIQ is a little too deep for you guys to, if you got in a little too fast, that was a hard one to hold. I'm actually still down in it. I'm down about $92. But I'm still sticking with it because I do believe the play will trigger. I'm waiting on VRX too. I think VRX is going to run back up to 86.20, and that's a hard one to trade too. RAX is at 90 some odd cents. Fortunately, I actually held some for a change. RAX is just an absolute beast. I mean, that's why we take these, right? I'm going to sell some here on RAX. It hits the whole number, I sell. Guys, my average cost on RAX was $29.76. It just hit $31.05. Yep. No, Larry, you turned it around, man. It's a green day. CSIQ, a prime example of a gap fade. Let's take a look at GE. Yeah, GE, guys, going. Guys, GE broke out, daily breakout on GE. Also, keep your eye on VRX. It just got above VWAP. Remember that the VRX, as psychotic as it is, at 84.63, should get up to 86.20 on this break above VWAP. So I know it's psychotic, but the stock, my average cost on VRX is 84 spot 75. Because I took one buy here and I took one buy at the low. Okay, but if it makes that run, then it makes it worth it. The one that is the invalid play for the day is CSIQ, which I believe is probably in the climactic buy area, because it came down to the prior bar's low, right? So now it makes this climactic buy. I don't like climactic buys much, but I'm kind of stuck in this one. I don't feel it because obviously I did very well on RAX. Guys, I'll be right back. Yeah, Jazz was a beautiful one. We mentioned Jazz yesterday. I just can't watch that much. Jazz. RAX, where was RAX? There's RAX right there. RAX. Let's see DHI. There goes RAX new high, 31.29. CSIQ going. If CSIQ breaks, if CSIQ breaks 23.50, 23.50. There goes 23.56. Guys, believe it or not, I'm green on CSIQ. Let's see what the Qs are looking like. Qs did that dip and are in that recovery zone, guys. Watch the Qs for a rally. CSIQ. Let's look at it on a 5-minute chart. It's got to break that 5-minute and 3-minute VWAP. CSIQ. Look at that big bottoming tail down to 23. It's got to take a little pause before it refreshes. You see the 5-minute chart, guys? Look at it with the VWAP on the 5-minute. This reminds me of a stock that we traded a while back. I forget the whatever. If it breaks the 2370, I think is this prior bar's high right there. 2370, and then it'll blast off back to 24. Okay, guys, let's see. It's at 2368 right now. 2370 offer, break 70, 2370 offer. There's 500 shares there. If it breaks 2370, shoots up 30 cents. 2376 offer, 2375. I'm putting my offers out here. I think it can get to 2450 is the area I think it can go to. Yeah, DF is the second day short, right? DF, after a big runner, breaks the 5-minute low. Let's just stay on CSIQ right now because I think that one's going to be, it's a beautiful climactic play. There she goes. Just broke 2376. Watch, guys. We have a 1, 2, 3, 4 bar pullback. Okay, on the 1 minute. Guys, Gilmore, this is why you're supposed to take profit. If you don't take the money when it's there, you have to sit through pain. Watch for a double bottom on CSIQ to re-enter, Irwin. You got no trigger yet. You got to let it go down, put in a reversal bar, and then watch for a trigger. There's your starting to get your entry right here, guys. If you want to take this again, stop below the low. Let me see Facebook. Guys, Facebook looking good here. CSIQ re-entry. Okay, guys, I'm going to put a range order on my CSIQ that we just took. My stop's going to be below that low right there. The low was 22. 60, so I'm going to put it at 22.59. This is a small position. 22 spot 58. Okay. And then the high price is going to be 23.79. Yep, nice trade, Jay. I got stopped out on CSIQ, but I still like it. I think I'm done with CSIQ though, because I don't like the way it looks now. It's too bearish. This isn't, not doing the climactic bounce that it's supposed to. I do like Facebook for a buy. Guys, Facebook looking good. Love the Facebook. Facebook did exactly what I thought it was going to do, which was wash out and then start to rip. Now it made a pullback. Guys, does anybody know what happened on CSIQ's earnings, that they gapped up and then got killed like that? Look at Facebook, guys. Let's look at it on a 5-minute, beautiful 5-minute chart on Facebook. Still liking Facebook. I'm going to nibble a little bit more on Facebook here. This is like watching a car accident or a train wreck. Facebook not going well either at the moment. Market seems to have taken a turn for the worst. It's going down to that 112 number now. Facebook. Is at 50% retracement. Guys, look at that measured move on CSIQ. Move, fade, secondary measured move. Two great shorts. Had you shorted the 5-minute low for the fade? No check mark, secondary measured move down. Guys, CSIQ might be a secondary climactic buy if it gets above $22. It could do a secondary measured move up back to 22.50 as a climactic buy setup. Let's see if it gets above 22.50. We'll just watch this one. If you want to trade it, you do so at your own risk. Climactic buys and sells are a little difficult. I'm going to buy a little more Facebook. I just did my second buy on Facebook. Thanks, Ludo. Facebook looking good, guys. I would add on Facebook, 5-minute buy setup. Buying more Facebook, guys. Facebook breaks above here. Facebook's going to get some legs. Guys, watch CSIQ to do something similar to this here. Now my expectations on CSIQ is probably going to close somewhere around 23. But we'll see. I don't know if I'm right. That's just that's intuitive Mike talking. It's breaking the 5-minute, the 3-minute high right now. That would have been the best gap fade ever. We caught it once when CSIQ did a gap fade like that. It was like the best gap fade ever. Let's zoom out. I don't know if it was a long time ago. This stock has done that before. I think it was one of these here. Or one of those. It was last year sometime. Oh, there it was. This was it, guys, right there. That was it right up there. Facebook, guys, about to break on Facebook. Get ready for the break on Facebook. Breaks out above 106.50. Facebook going to 106. There it goes. Goes 106.50. It breaks out. It runs to the high of the day on Facebook. Facebook, high value, high quality trade on Facebook. Everything is good on Facebook. The daily is good. Look at Facebook go, guys. Guys, Facebook, huge trade on Facebook, guys. As soon as this is done, I'm done for the day. Guys, Facebook just running. Try to hold on as much as you can. This is a screaming buy on Facebook. It's probably going to pull back at some point. I'm up 50 cents, which is a lot. The actual run was a little bit bigger than that. CSIQ putting in a double bottom might actually make a run back up to 22.20. Okay, guys, just about 1 hour into the day. Facebook ready for a pullback. Irwin, keep the 100 shares, please. You want to reload if it puts in a reversal bar. Guys, watch RAX. It might start to come off, put in a high, failure to make a new high. Up 41 cents from my out. Watch Facebook for a pullback to about 106.60. Okay, guys, Facebook getting ready for another run. Guys, the Q's hit the 112.66. So not quite 112, 112.50 area, and started to rally. Yep, CSIQ breaking down again. Guys, watch Facebook in case it breaks out. You got to start also taking some profit if it gets near the highs. CSIQ is now a 15-minute climactic buy setup. Okay, it's got to turn green on this bar, and this is just academic. Some great other trades, but just to show you that it came all the way on to daily support, $21. Massive drop from 24.80 down to 21. And usually on a climactic buy, they'll bounce to 22.40, 22.60, about 30 to 40% retracement. Just watch it, see if I'm right. That breakdown right there on CSIQ looks like the washout capitulation. We'll see. I don't, it's just academic at this point. It's like watching a train wreck. Guys, if Facebook breaks out, Facebook is going to go to 107, 108 today. It's going to go 108 today, guys. That's my look on Facebook, 108. CSIQ so far doing what I thought it would do on the washout to 21. Facebook going to break 107 now. If Facebook breaks 107, clear shot up to 108. Okay, guys, just about 11 o'clock. Facebook and RAX, definitely the best trades of the day. We did make one really good CSIQ. If anybody did play the 15-minute climactic buy on CSIQ, that one worked as well. All right, guys. I'm going to go off mic. I'm just going to do a quick recap. Yeah, DHI worked too, right? DHI. Big pullback, check mark on DHI. Very good call, catch on that, Sherry. So let's get going. Let's go through the stocks that worked. DHI worked. Okay, DHI worked. Okay, CSIQ. We played it, but it didn't quite work the way that we expected it to. It was not a check mark. Well, it was a check mark. Definitely not a gap and go. Okay, but a check mark that certainly didn't happen. It was if it goes back up to the high, it's the deepest check mark ever. ISIS, did ISIS work? Let's see what ISIS did. ISIS going down again. Watch ISIS for later. That one didn't really work. VRX, okay. I don't know what VRX did after I got rid of it. There's definitely some little weirdness on charts today, but VRX, I don't know. The charts aren't really going good today for me, but all right, guys. VRX was definitely not a good one. I'll just cancel that one out. VRX. Facebook was definitely a good one. Facebook, daily. All right, guys. I'll be back in a little bit. Actually, later on today. I have the meetup tonight. Trade well, everybody. Hope you guys did well. RAX was definitely a great play. Facebook was definitely a great play. CSIQ, we had one really good one. And then if you did take the climactic on the 15-minute, that one worked too. And that was it. All right, guys. Catch you later.